Evening all. So welcome to a new video series that I'm going to do called A.R.S.E. That's not me trying to make a cheap pun. It is a very important and respectable part of the Dust universe. What we're doing is we're testing mechanics in this video, so don't expect to see well, any action really. This is all going to be about how can we kind of tweak and poke and pull the game a little bit. Now, number one is, as I showed in that wonderful technical drawing just at the start of the video, which is you notice when you hit the afterburner from the ground up, it basically fires this thing right in the air, which obviously then gives everybody in the dropship momentum. Now, this momentum is then something, oof, ouch, that was painful. This momentum is something we can actually gain benefit of. So what I was doing here was, this is proof of concept number one, is you get a slight angle in the dropship, so you start to propel forward, and then at the zenith, you tell all of your guys to jump the hell out, and they do actually travel some distance. So it's certainly not a bad tactic. Now again, this is our last trial run. This kind of slightly goes a bit wrong, although actually it ends up going quite right. Look at that, we've actually scaled the tallest building I think on this entire map, and pretty much the guys jumped off and they all landed roughly on it. I kind of messed up the dropship bit, but you know, what can you do? And then as I jumped out, it just landed me very nicely on this ledge. So, you know, drop pad out and sniper rifle respawned here, and we got some good kills. So that's proof of concept number one. Let's look at number two. Different map, bit more space to play, and what we're doing now is we're really just testing the momentum that you get from jumping. So when should you jump and so on. Now, there you go. Hopefully you saw that. The guys really piled out and beyond me. Now, again, this is just an afterburner on a Viper militia dropship, nothing else. Okay, that's in part 3. And what we're doing here is really just trying to figure out when would be the best time to jump and so on. So this is forward, but with a bit of forward momentum, just to see how far I could fling the guys, and I got them pretty much to B and a little bit beyond, and that was really not even with a projected angle properly. So I think with a proper 45-degree angle and the afterburner hit and the guys jumping at the right time, as you can see they're all running back here, you could have a significant distance you know, between where the dropship is and where you actually fire your guys. Now again, this is something that we're going to do a huge amount more testing with, but you know, this is a good tactic. The next one was, could I fling guys onto the MCC? So I look for the MCC, it's roughly there, and so we basically then just say, right, you know, we're at the tall end of it as well, so we're not at the easy end. How high can we get and maybe get the guys on? So I angle, I then hit the afterburner, and basically jump. Here we go, boom, come on, there we go, boom. So I say, guys, right, jump. The momentum carries all of them onto the MCC, okay, and that was awesome. And I'll just show you that. Let me just edit a little bit slightly there. So again, you can see they all landed and they all set up with spawn pads, ammo and snipers and all that, and they're able to get on with the job. So I didn't even need to kind of ferry them up there and get a drop pad down. I could actually fire them on. Now the next testing piece we did here was getting the guys to jump off or from the MCC on top of the dropship, and then how combat capable were they from that point. Because again, imagine this, a dropship hovering at the very extent of the map. And again, remember, dropships, once they take off, that red zone expands massively because that's only just been patched as well. I don't know if you know that. See, the red zone just disappeared there? If you didn't, rewind it back and you'll see, because it's very important now that once the dropship is in the air, you can have basically soldiers jump on top of your dropship with snipers or mass drivers or forge guns, and as long as you don't tip it too much, you can actually surf a squad around the map and snipe and shoot and kill. Give it a go. It is awesome fun. As you can see, it leads for some interesting kind of mechanical problems, because obviously Nano Cleric there is body surfing on top of the dropship, and that just looks so awesome. But in terms of his activity, he could look around, shoot, fire and all that. It was just the model showing and displaying that. And again, as long as I didn't tip it too far like that, he okay, he stayed on in that case, but as long as you don't tip it too far, it works quite well. So I'm sure a few of you are now thinking, interesting tactic, because again, remember, you can go with the dropship in very deep into the infantry red zone now, so I really would stress it's a great tactic. And here we go, last time here I managed to actually pole vault the entire MCC pretty much. Okay, On to test 3. Now I'm just going to quickly show how I fit this thing. I did put a CRU on it just in case people died. I was messing about with the power plant. I know obviously they don't work on this, but there we go, 2 nanos, 2 really good nanos, and that gives me 30% more speed, and the difference was marked and notable. Now watch also what we're testing here. It is possible to drop spawn beacons and ammo forges on top of the dropship, okay? But the moment you unlevel, the thing will fall off, okay? So if you're able to get to a point where you actually have a stable platform and you're not moving the dropship much, you can also use spawn pads and ammo forges on top of the dropship. So yeah, no, crazy, isn't it? But as you see, they've all fallen off there because I did the the afterburner and it kind of dropped them off. But there we go, you know, he's able to snipe from there, he's able to kind of shoot, and, you know, pretty much it worked quite well. Now, last one here, this was just then a final test, and you'll see why in just a moment. This was really just to end of the testing session, let's say. So I'm just getting into position, that'll do, boom, punch it, chewy, and then I managed to actually pole vault. I mean, again, this is with a 30% speed boost, and it just goes higher and higher as higher. And then I managed to do what I've been trying to do for a while. I actually landed the dropship on the MCC. So yeah, there we go. So final verdict, the tactic approved. It's a pretty good tactic. So there we go, hope you enjoyed that. We'll certainly do some more mechanical tomfoolery with the mechanics of Dust. I hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.